that sounds melodic. Gina and I worked out a little razor stubble blues during the break. Ready? Think of it as follicular ham bone. Follicular ham bone.
Not even joking. That's the best thing on the show in the last 3 months.
Proud.
Should be.
Let's go to Jeff. Jeff is in an armadillo. What's that like? Oh, Amarillo.
Quite fragrant. Thank you for asking.
Thanks for playing the home game. What's on your mind, Jeff?
Absolutely. Hey, I was just going to say, you're playing the Allman Brothers music today. There's a really good documentary on Netflix about the Muscle Shoals sound and how the Allman Brothers came up from there and the invention of Southern rock. It's worth your time if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I think this is the second recommendation we've gotten. I haven't gotten it yet, but I am going to take it up because once two listeners recommended, I know we're onto something. Thank you, Jeffrey and Amarillo. Carl, were you going to say something?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to check that out. Is there a name? Is there a title to that documentary?
Yeah, Jeffrey, you still there? You got a title?
Yeah, I believe it's just called Muscle Shoals.
All right, we'll look for it.
If you'll search that on Netflix, I'll bet you'll find it, and good luck to the Kings.
All right, don't accidentally type in Muscle Schools. You don't want to know what you're going to see. Let's go to Suzanne in New Jersey. Suzanne, how are you?
How are you, Dennis?
Groovy. What's on your mind?
Well, I went to high school with Jean Barretta.
Who's this? Did you make out?
I may have some good stories.
Go ahead. Dish, baby.
Which Suzanne is this?
Which Suzanne? No, seriously. Hey,
I don't want to get in the middle of a bad breakup. I'm almost near the end.
You broke my heart.
No, it was nothing like that, believe me. But I just wanted to call and say hi to Gene and thank him for bringing me with him today.
All right. Well, we'll see you out in the smoking area after seventh period.
What can I do? The wife saw me leave.
Let's go to Dana in Michigan. Dana, how are you?
I'm fine, Dennis. Hey, Dennis, I love you a bunch. But I got a complaint. You're not being socially responsible. How could you have a guest on named after a gun?
You're right. I hadn't thought of it. I'll put the silencer on him and get back to you. We go to Bill in Kansas City. Hey, Bill, you're on with Gene Barretta and Karl Zahn and Dennis Miller on the Dennis Miller Show. What's on your mind?
Highlight of my day. Thanks so much for taking my call, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I'm kind of washed over with emotions right now. You were talking with Kenny Wayne Shepherd about Chuck Berry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a senior in high school. I go to see the legend at Warren Memorial Hall in Kansas City, Kansas, and it's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
He's still not on the stage. There's a little side door, and I had a buddy that worked there, so I kind of slipped backstage, and I literally tripped over Chuck Berry. He was back there in a folding.
I know which part of him.
Up on the wall.
I ask them usually to put that illuminative tape on the heavy cables, but sometimes they don't get to it.
He goes, Chuck ain't going on until Chuck gets his cash. So I thought it was great. He must have got his cash because he put on a great show.
Yeah, and he demanded his cash in a paper grocery sack, which always made me laugh, man. It was so old school. Thank you, Billy and KC. 866-509-RANT. I don't know. I throw a dart at the voicemails. This comes up. What the hell's this about? Number 9, Tim in Tennessee.
Love the show. Fell in love with you.
Wow.
Joe Dirt.
What else do you need in a phone call? I asked you boys if you had your own show, would you not play those? People accuse me of being a narcissist.
Kidding me?
That's all I'd play.
Listen,
I would play that one on a loop.
I call home and leave myself those messages just so I can listen to them later at night.
Have you ever seen Joe Dirt? I saw it for the first time over the weekend.
No.
It's this crazy kids film I was in, and everybody always comes up to me of a certain age, pre-35 at this point, and says, "I loved you in Joe Dirt," and what was that like? And I say, I have never seen Joe Dirt.
So what did you think?
Finally, my kid grabbed me over the weekend and said, "Come on, watch Joe Dirt with me." So with your son, you're willing to do it, and it's just goofy, but it's I can see why people thought I had more of a stake in it than I did, because I am throughout the movie, but I was actually only there for 8 hours. I remember Spade wanted me to shoot 3 days. I said, David, I don't want to know. Well, what's it about? And he said, my character gets hit with a turd from space. I said, I can't spend 3 days. You're somebody I love. I don't want to end up hating you on a goofball flick like this. And he said, no, it's funny. So I spent 8 hours there and had a blast. Love David.
All I have to do is see Spade with the pork chop sideburns and the mullet and just crack up. We're actually looking at clips of it.
I gotta say, it's a very funny movie and funny for kids. You know what I mean? But it's not.
When you watch something that was shot that long ago, do you feel like you're looking at someone else, or do you?
Well, I can honestly say that it was weird watching it in that I'm a talk radio host in it, and at that point I had no idea of ever doing this for a living. And people say, is that when you got the idea? No. I literally go in and just because I love Dave. I mean, he's really, I love him with all my heart, and he always does funny things. I thought, just go in and play what he wants. And he said, you're a DJ. So it's funny to watch it now and think, it sounded just like me on the show. I mean, it's like this. I play a guy named Xander Kelly, and it's sort of like the Dennis Miller Show. But at that point, if you'd asked me, do you ever want to do this, I would have said, no, that never entered my mind.
Who played me and Carl?
Don't want to know, Gene.
Pitt and Depp, of course. Pitt and Depp. Let's go to Marianne in Indiana. Hey, Marianne, how are you?
Great. How are you guys doing?
Fine, thank you.
Hey, Marianne.
Hello.
Hey. I went to see Kenny Wayne Shepherd here in Bloomington, and he was fantastic. It was in a venue of 250 people, and we were right by the speakers, and we were vibrating when we left the show. He was awesome. How
old? I didn't want to ask him, but he's very young, Marianne. How old a man is he?
I'm not sure how old he is now, but I think he's probably about in his late 20s,
right?
Or something, because he started like when he was 18.
Yeah, he seemed like an older soul.
Here he appeared when he was like 18, but he started earlier than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for checking in, Doll. I've had a blast. 3 hours with my friend Carl, the last hour with Gino, vying for the Laugh Laureate of the show. I'm off to do a rally, and I got to split the scenery at Bugsy's Beanery because I'm due there crosstown in 25 minutes. Thanks, guys. Good to see you again.
Thank you,
Dennis Miller Show.
The Dennis Miller Show on Westwood One.